Dr. Siti Hajar Binti Adam from University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia. She is actually a lecturer in Faculty of Medicine and Defense Health. She will be sharing with us embracing iOER to explore the basic of autonomic nervous system.
All right.
And Dr. Siti Hajar, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good morning to all the listeners. I hope you can hear my voice. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. Okay, I just have to check. Can you see my screen? All right. Thank you so much. First and foremost, I would like to say thank you to our moderator, Associate Prof. Dr. Liu Peng Yang, for the brief introduction. So I am glad and happy today because I'm able to share my journey in embracing iOER to explore the basic of autonomic nervous system. You can call me Dr. Hajar. I'm from UPNM. So the objective for my session today is just for a sharing session on how I approach in producing my iOER material. So as a beginner, I just learned about the iOER. I took this workshop and prepared the iOER material in 5 simple steps. The first one is by selecting the suitable topic for the iOER material. The next one is to identify what is the suitable material that fits the topic. And the third one is the most crucial part of the inclusive OER, which is the accessibility. The fourth one is all about the image or picture. And the final step is to proofread whatever I have prepared. So this is, of course, I want to remind you in a beginner point of view, because this is my first time preparing this iOER material. So the first step, when I first asked to do or to prepare this iOER material, I'm wondering what is the right topic for it, because for medical topic it's a bit complex. So for a little bit background, I teach preclinical students or year 1 student on the subject of physiology. Subject physiology is basically on learning the basic human functions. And one of the important topic is on autonomic nervous system. So that's why I'm started to think whether this topic is suitable for the iOER. So autonomic nervous system, for your information, is the complex network that regulates the involuntary body functions. So understanding this basic thing is not only important for medical students, but it offers a wide range of understanding from healthcare to psychology. That's why I think that this topic can access a wider range of audience, not only exclusive to medical students, but for other people in other fields such as psychology or pharmacy or pharmacology. So this can empower the learners with diverse background, which fits the inclusivity component of the OER. And at the same time, promoting the open education principle, which is education is for all. And as I researched more about this topic, I found that the traditional methods have a few challenges in terms of accessibility as well as engagement. So that's how I choose the topic autonomic nervous system for my iOER material. So once I get the topic ready, I want to choose what is the suitable material that we can be used to prepare the iOER. So there's you can prepare using the web design, or maybe you can prepare using the PDF, but I come to conclusion that I want to use the PowerPoint presentation. I'm not very tech savvy, and I know as a lecturer we need to prepare the PPT PowerPoint presentation for almost everything. So since I'm familiar with this PowerPoint presentation, I choose this as a method to prepare my iOER material. And then I can easily enhance or easily inform the key element that I want from my material. And then I can also include or incorporate the visual assistant by using the PPT, and even to include the interactive component, because I can include the link that will lead me to other websites, and then we can interact and learning asynchronously. All Okay. Once I have my PPT ready with the topic ready, the most important part of iOER is always the accessibility. To be honest with you, I never know that our PowerPoint presentation have this accessibility tools checker to actually check whether our material can be accessible or not. So there's a certain criteria or the checklist that we can use to check for accessibility of the PowerPoint presentation. So for example, this is example for my exact iOER material. You can see that one of the checklists is to have a descriptive slide title. So by using or just by looking at the slide title, you can really understand or you can really guess what is the slide want to tell you. So that is the first criteria or the checklist. And the second is to ensure that all the image have text alternative. So alternative text, meaning we need to give the description for the picture that we provided in the slide. So this is very crucial. Okay, so we want to ensure that even if we don't look at the images, just by hearing, we can understand what the picture wants to tell you. And of course, here, the accessibility checker, you can see and evaluate whether the material, your PowerPoint material, is actually have issue with accessibility or not. So in this case, as I have checked and then finalized, we can see there will be no accessibility issue found. Okay, and then the people with disability don't have any difficulty in reading the presentation. So this is what we want, and this is the crucial step in ensuring the inclusivity component when preparing the PPT slide for iOER material. So just to show you, this is another of my slide, which I not checked yet, but you can see the accessibility inspection result have so many errors, from missing object description, meaning they don't know what the object is about. There's no slide title. There's no reading order. So this is crucial, especially if we use the screen reader, because they need to read in order. So this is the example of the PowerPoint presentation, but we don't correct all the accessibility issue. In fact, for this presentation, I purposely didn't put any slide title so that you can see that the difficulty is we don't know what I'm going to talk about if there is no slide title. So all of this have to be inspected before we finalize our PPT or iOER material. All right, so all about the picture. So depending on the niche of your subject, certain PowerPoint presentation require a lot of picture. For example, for my subject, I need a lot of picture. Okay, because I'll talk about mechanism, I will talk about processes. So if it's too wordy, it'll be too boring for the students or to the end user or to the reader to read my slides. So when I prepare my iOER, one of the important things that I notice is to find the good resource for the picture. Okay, so if you're from medical or healthcare or maybe biomedicine background, there's one website called smartsaviour.com, which can provide to you a wide range of picture, which is also very, very beautiful. But for picture in iOER, you have to ensure about the copyright and Creative Commons licensing. So you have to make sure whether it can be shared, it can be used, it can be repurposed. Okay, so for the example that I have put today is for smartsaviour.com, the license is under Creative Commons attribution. So you can use without permission and you can just cite them whenever you use the picture. So for me personally, when I prepare my iOER, I don't have that much knowledge regarding the licensing or the copyright. So I resolve to a safer methods in a sense that I create my own image. I use Canva to create my own images, so I have no issue with the licensing. And then another option, maybe you can just draw on your own. If let's say it's difficult for you to find the figure or maybe the table that you want, you can use Procreate on iPad and you can just use and maybe put your picture in the repository so other people can actually benefit and can use your picture as well. I want to show you an example why the alternate text is very important. So this is, I have a short video showing how screen reader read our screen. when we put the alternate text.
Welcome to VoiceOver.
So I use VoiceOver. There's a lot of other options as well for Windows. You can just use and try.
No. Toolbar, alt text, description, edit text, insertion at beginning of text, the nervous system division, picture showing nervous system division. The nervous system is mainly divided to central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is further divided to brain and spinal cord. The motor or peripheral nervous system is divided into somatic and autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system is divided to sympathetic, the fight and flight response, and parasympathetic, the rest and digest.
Okay. So one of the things that I keep in mind whenever I put the alternate text is I want to make sure whether I look or whether I listen, I get the same input. So this is how you can approach on what to write on your alternate text. On alternative, that we can also use ChatGPT and just upload the picture and they can give you the alternate text. But my advice is for you to do it on your own, because we as the slide maker, we know the content better. We want to give more concise information as the screen reader read our alternate text. Okay, there's a few options on how you can do it, but this is very important. Okay, on the last steps, my final step is just to proofread and do the final checking on the content. Like I said in the beginning, this is my first time doing the material, so I'm scared that there is some issue that I didn't do well. So my facilitator helps me check all of this information. For example, here, if you can see, this marked as decorative. The issue that I faced at a particular time is I thought that if I don't have any description for the image, I don't have to write the alternative text. But for all of those pictures that just for aesthetic or decorative purpose, we have to mark it as decorative. And as I prepare, another issue that I face is that sometimes we have the small text boxes gets hidden in the bigger image. So, and as we checked, we found that what is the issue, because they keep saying that there's issue with the figure. And then suddenly I found out there's very small boxes at the back of the big images that gets hidden. So you might face that as well. So I just want to show you what is the issue that I faced last time. So this is another picture showing you another issue of alternate text. At that time, I only just used simple words. I said that sympathetic division and parasympathetic division. That's all. So my facilitator at that time advised me to write more detailed alternate text so it can benefit the people who only who only listen to my presentation. So this is the issue that I faced last time. So in the conclusion, I think that a small steps really create a big impact, because at the beginning I feel so small because I just prepare PowerPoint presentation for my iOER. I don't have anything else. But as I prepare, I keep thinking that even the small steps of checking the accessibility can give a big impact for the person who actually need it. Okay, so these small steps can create a ripple effects and create a big wave. You know, not only in understanding a complex subject like autonomic nervous system, but how we approach education as a whole. So it's a small actions, but it can lead to transformative learning. So I think I come to the end of my presentations. Here is my the QR code that link to all of my iOER material, as well as YouTube promoting my OER, and my email for future collaboration. So I would like to thank KPT for this effort, and also Prof. Diane, Prof. Fong, and also Dr. Chong, and also all the colleagues that helped me throughout preparing this material. I think that's all. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Hajar. Okay, by the way, any participant would like to ask any question, you can drop your question in the chat box, or if you are in the Facebook, please write it down in the Facebook. We have our technical person to catch your question as well. Okay, my personal question, Dr. Hajar. How do you think this iOER initiative that could help your students? Because I do believe that medical school, you might not have students with disability. You
Yes.
might not.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Associate Prof. Dr. Liu, for the question. It is a very good question because that is the same question that I faced at the beginning. I assume that medical students don't have any disability issue, but actually we have to look disability in a wide range, not just because they cannot see or they cannot hear, but that there's also disability in learning. Maybe they are slow learner, or maybe they learn better using visual, or they learn better using the hearing or the screen reader. So all of those we can conclude, or we can say that we're helping in each form of them. So I think even though there's no proper disability, but still there's a little bit of help by doing all the extra accessibility things that we do just now. Inshallah.
Any feedback, just out of curiosity, any feedbacks from your students
Oh, actually I
about
have
how they use?
this one for this material per se. No, for this one, I haven't really distributed to the student yet. For this material, we just use for a trial run, because usually for medical we use team-based learning, so they really need to do their reading on their own. So mostly Q&A type of question.
From Adam. Hi, Dr. Hajar. You mentioned that the facilitators advise you on the accessibility on your material. May I check how much your faculty currently focus on accessibility of their material in the classrooms?
Okay. As of now, we're still in the baby stage. So should we say fetus very early at the beginning. So when I say facilitator just now, actually I meant because we have this workshop that incorporate all the IPTA lecturers. So actually they are helping me, Dr. Chong from UPM. But I think all IPTA is currently moving towards being inclusive, and I think all IPTA have their own planning in checking the accessibility. Maybe not for all subject, but maybe for certain things that can be widely accepted for wide range of audience. That is my opinion.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Since there is no other question, thank you, Dr. Hajar, for the great presentation and great effort. I actually admire you a lot. To be frank, I attended the course. I was the iOER participant, but I didn't succeed to complete my own material, as I think it should be very huge. But now I understand that we can actually produce material for the students even for our own students that we so-called no disability. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Liu.